It's a Friday. Normally don't do this on a Friday, but we're talking about trust. Just got off the phone going through a variety of different things and just wanted to bring this to light to y'all is trust. Probably the number one factor that is being overlooked, and yet it is the number one factor in overall effectiveness of organizations. Right now, 51% of the employees in the U.S. do not have a high level of trust for the leadership that they're working with. As a matter of fact, employees with low trust are 66% less loyal to the organization than those that have high trust. If you're looking at turnover as a challenged area, this is an area. A lot of people are thinking it's pay, it's comp, it's PTO, it's all sorts of different work conditions, trying to come up with different factors, but it is a leadership trust issue that is really, really the pain point for many people in deciding whether they stay or should they go, in the evaluations that they're putting into it. One of the other areas of this is that the awareness of this issue has probably been never greater whenever we take a look at leaders themselves versus the frontline employees. Leaders are evaluating themselves 31% higher than what the frontline employees are evaluating the trust factor of the leaders that they work for. When you take a look at medium-sized organizations, 66% of the employees are not likely to work as hard due to the fact that they have a low trust factor of the organizational leadership. 66% are admittedly not working as to their full capacity or as hard as they should be. It's the number one indicator of a health of an organization. And don't take my word for it. I mean, that's from Patrick Lencioni. You take a look at The Advantage. You take a look at 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, the foundational principle of trust. But when I just had this conversation with somebody, said, "Yeah, man, I think my people trust me. I mean, they've been through the fight of things. They were with me since I started the organization. Man, they trust me. And I mean, I'm working with the team, and they don't. I mean, they've verbally expressed it, but they don't trust so much so that they're not even willing to talk to the leader about it." So when you think about what trust is going on, how do you really know that your team trusts you or your organization trust the leaders that they report for, your team that you've established to lead the team, where you want them to get their people to buy into a vision from where you are to where you want to be? How do you know that they actually have trust, or they've established a level of trust, or it's the trust level that you want it to be? And it was a big challenge over the last several years, and even in the organizations that I've helped run, is how do we define that? And a friend of mine, and we've got some business partnerships working, Dr. Corey Shear, Trust Centric, has come up with a tool that not only helps us understand what areas, 3 critical areas specifically, that help drive trust, but the 49 data points behind that in really diagnosing what trust really looks like. What are the areas that need to be focused on? So it's a what and how factor on helping solve the solution. And then last but not least, he's coming out with a new book. And this isn't an advertisement for this, but just wanted to share, trust is such a vital component in our personal lives, in our professional lives, our family, our kid, our schools. What's going on? Do we trust the media? Do we not trust the media? But if you don't trust the person that you're working for, man, there are unforeseen consequences that roll out in all sorts of different directions. And it's something that we worked on really, really hard in my coaching business and consulting sides of what we do. And Corey's coming out with a book called Closing the Trust Gap. And I would encourage you all to take a look at it, because this factor of success in business and retention, in recruiting and top talent and growing talent, isn't going to go away anytime soon. As a matter of fact, I predict over the next 12 months, the numbers that I've said from the national surveys will degrade even more. And if this isn't, as you end the year for your organization, I don't care if you've got 5 employees or you got 5,000 employees or you got 500,000 employees. If this isn't on your leadership radar, it needs to be. A lot of people say, well, you'd say that because it's not what I'm saying because I think I need more business or you need to hire me. It's a fact. And whether you hire me or somebody else, that's good for you, as you should. But if you don't have a tool to address this, this is a tool I think you need to take a look at. So if you were to sit down with your team and really evaluate how trustworthy do you think your employees are, or that they feel that they are to the organization, and how much do they trust the person that they're working with or they're reporting to? What is their leadership trust? What's that look like, smell like, feel like in the organization? And if you'll dig into that, I think you're going to find some endless possibilities that you really need to take a look at before the end of the year. And don't wait till 2024 to start digging into it. Do that now so that you can set an action plan in place to address those things starting January 1st. Better yet, why not start them in December? If I can be of any help, let me know. But trust is the word of the week.